Hey everybody, welcome to 3-Band EQ. I'm your host Hendo. Today we're going to be talking about my brand new Parts Master. A couple of months ago I decided I wanted to assemble my own Warmoth ordered Jazzmaster. Ordered the body and the neck separate. I got, wasn't mahogany, I bought a Poplar body. I knew that I was going to paint it like in a solid color, like as this kind of this baby blue, as you can see. And I knew I wanted a flame roasted maple neck. And as you can see, it's actually a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful flame on this. I guess there is a rating for flame maple somewhere on the internet I've seen. I don't know what this one is. But it's pretty rad. If you hear any kind of construction stuff, they're replacing the power pole right across the street from our house right now. So if you hear construction and stuff going on, that's what it is. Great day to film my first video in like 3 months. Anyways, so Parts Master. I had a something player anyways, I had a Fender Jazzmaster made in Mexico that had the Tune-o-matic bridge and what else did it have that was kind of wonky? Oh yeah, it had a Tune-o-matic bridge and it had the P90 Jazzmaster pickups. I didn't do any research and I bought it for the price tag, and yeah, I got exactly what I paid for it. And basically it's like it's a Jazzmaster for rockers, not Jazzmaster for surf rock. It sounded great. I mean, it's like P90s, like I love P90s, but wasn't a Jazzmaster that I wanted to have. So I tried to change out the bridge on it and put in that typical Jazzmaster bridge, which I eventually did. But I damaged the guitar a little bit, and I decided to, start from scratch and use this opportunity to assemble my first guitar. I'm a big fan and I'm a patron of Mike Adams of Pusheen. He's he is a guitar tech who publishes on YouTube and Instagram and all the socials and stuff like that. And he has famously said numerous times, a Jazzmaster is not the first guitar you should undertake as your first assembler. Something simple like a Telecaster or a Stratocaster, and I am here to concur. What's really funky about the Jazzmaster and also the Jaguar probably actually being a little more complicated than a Jazzmaster, is the wiring. And I stayed pretty true to spec to Fender's original idea of having a rhythm and lead circuits. So I mean, if you're watching this, you probably have a good understanding what a Jazzmaster, what the lead and rhythm circuits do. Basically, so when you use the rhythm circuit, you get the neck only pickup, which you have your own volume and tone, toggles, and then you go down to the lead circuit, which engages both the neck and bridge pickups. And you get the typical your typical three-way switch with these two typical placed tone and volume and tone controls. And the wiring is super complex. I actually went to Seymour Duncan's website, and they have great resources for wiring diagrams, whether you own a Seymour Duncan pickup or not. Seymour Duncan does have their own proprietary Jazzmaster, I think it's the Jazzmaster Antiquity pickups. I've never played through those. People love them. I mean, Seymour Duncan is, they're in the they own their part of the aftermarket pickup market for a reason. Nothing but quality. And again, to reiterate, their resources on pickups, pickup configurations and diagrams stuff is indispensable. Side note, when I bought the Fender Bronco, I immediately went to their website for for a configuration for like when I put in like the Curtis Novak Mustang pickup, bridge pickup into that one pickup only Bronco, and it was awesome. Like they immediately helped me out. Well, I mean, just as being available. Anyways, so yeah, so this is a Total Parts Master. I had the F tuners to the locking tuners from a previous project that like went to the wayside. When I ordered this neck, I ordered it for with the for a Fender what's it called? Fender tuners. Unfortunately, when the neck came, it definitely has. I mean, it was the F holes, the tuner holes were punched out correctly, but these Fender tuners have 2-pin like guide pins, and this was not punched out correctly for that. And I was not about to try to, because I don't have a template or the patience to be able to put in those very like small guide pins. So I had a local tech named Hal put those in for me, and then which he did perfectly. He's got a template. He's the local guitar tech here in Monterey, and he does great work, and he's got all the resources and equipment to do great work. Anyways, thank you, Hal. So yeah, so I put in the locking tuners because I'm a locking tuner guy. Then I bought these are Fender Jazzmaster pickups. Fender Jazzmaster, what's it called? A vibro plate with a, I don't know. So I bought the bridge off of Amazon for like $30. It's all right, you know. It doesn't have Fender plated, what's it called, branded on it at all. And then I went on Amazon and bought all the components. I mean, bought everything for this guitar from Amazon. Also, when you're assembling a Warmoth Jazzmaster, the only thing that's not like drop-in ready are the pickguards. You have to buy a Warmoth pickguard, just because they have relocated the pickups back a little bit. So Fender pickguard, MIJ, MIM, or MIA won't work. Is not configured to work with the Warmoth body. Yeah. So I went on to Reverb, found this pickguard under I just searched like a Warmoth Jazzmaster pickguard, and found it. And it's cool thing about this is that it came from, I think that previous owner's build was a side jack, because it did not have a hole for the 1/4-inch jack. I had to punch that myself. Wasn't a problem. I ended up getting CTE pots, and which is like Chicago Telephone Equipment, CTS, Chicago Telephone Supply, for all the components. Like I said, for the potentiometers, and also for I have a orange capacitor like in here, also for the rhythm circuit as well. Yeah, so I assembled all that stuff myself. I bought like a spool from Stu Mac, pushback wiring, which is great because that stuff is super stiff. And what I didn't understand about pushback, why they call it pushback, so when you clip it, the woven like a seal around it, not seal, but the woven like lining, push it, comes back a little bit, so it exposes the wiring inside. I watched Mike Adams videos about like assembling Jazzmasters, in which he has a couple series of videos, and also a couple series of about step-by-step process. Watched those videos like a bunch of times. My wife got sick of it, but I ended up buying aluminum tape, and I lined up the the body here, like the cavity with aluminum tape, and then like I wired everything inside. I ended up having a bunch of grounding issues, and like I said, my buddy Hal, I went back to him and sent the guitar over to have it, like all the grounding issues, like investigated and checked out. I just needed a fine-tooth comb. I was not too far off with my problems. Like I said, I had that grounding wire that when stupid, I overlooked. I did not have that grounded to the pickguard. So what I would do different next time is take that aluminum tape and also tape the backside of the pickguard, which again I did not do because I'm lazy. And yeah, so he ended up just like grounding the wire to the pickguard. He also went through and double checked a bunch of my solder joints. As I was soldering this up, I got not better but more comfortable with soldering, and so a lot of the solder joints had an excessive amount of solder, which is just part of the process of learning how to do tech stuff or assembling your own guitars. But yeah, so and then yeah, so got everything together. I got it back from him, and this thing plays and sounds great. I had also some issues with like the action being way too high. So and I'm cheap, and this project kind of overran its budget by like a couple $100. And so I went onto Amazon and bought some the plastic shims, and it comes in a pack of 3. Those shims I think were about $20. You can go on the Stu Mac and get the wooden full cavity shims that, like, again, Mike Adams like totally recommends, for about 30 or 40 bucks. And I decided to go with the plastic shims just to figure it out. I had to like figure out by a process of elimination what worked for this guitar and what worked for me for like for the feel of this guitar. I ended up putting a 1/2 inch and 1 inch, or like the 1 and the half shims together in this cavity. You can actually see the shim a little bit. I'm not gonna try to get the camera all up into this cavity, but you can kind of see the shim, which is okay with me. And also I don't want you to see how bad this paint job is. Yeah, so got those 2 shims in there, and it actually, like, the action works pretty freaking rad for me. I love it. Also, this paint job, I ordered the Poplar body, and like completely, I guess you would say, naked. So because I really was looking forward to, like, you know, doing my first paint job, and that was a process. It's not Stu Mac, but like they hired a couple of guys from Virginia, I guess Richmond, who do like body work for guitars. And they had an awesome video series about like how to like set up for painting your guitar. And I watched those videos numerous times, and I did an okay job. Yeah, it's just one of those things, like, if you just do it numerous times, I think you finally get a process. It's all about knowing the information and then figuring out the way to do it yourself. You know, in the medical world, it's all about, you know, see one, do one, teach one. I guess, like, you know, the teach one would probably be like making a video about it, which I probably should. I do have another guitar like Warmoth project that I have thinking about doing, which would be I would love to own a what's it called, a Duosonic 2, which is basically the Mustang with the Mustang controls, just with a hardtail bridge, and that would be freaking rad. Like I think that they have Duosonic 2s like in the like a 24-inch scale, which is a little bit closer to, like, a little bit longer, like not so much a student body, like a not student, like a student, like a what's it called, scale length. But yeah, I would like to assemble something like that. Probably only problem is, like, I love the shape of the old those old like Duosonic and what's the other one? Duosonic Music Master like bridges. They're my Fender 12 has the exact same shape bridge. But anyways, I digress. That's for another project. But like I have a pretty good idea of what I would want to do and how I would make that body painting better moving forward. But anyways, so this is a Warmoth. What do I call this guitar? I mean, every good guitar should have a name. It's like in Game of Thrones, every good sword has a name. every good warrior has his own nickname. I'm not saying this guitar is a warrior, but you know, it's Warmoth. Game of Thrones, the prequel series, House of the Dragon's back on. I've been obsessing about that again. So how do I combine those two things? Well, Warmoth, War, Jazzmaster, Game of Thrones, Maester, so the War-Maester. I don't have any stickers. I was gonna put something like on the headstock, like a War-Maester. You know, I'm still like a House Stark fanboy. Coffee. Oh yeah, House Stark fanboy. Might get like the dire wolf logo, which reminds me, like you know, if you ever get I've also kind of just got off a tour. While we were down in Southern California, we stopped by the Dunwell like a shop, and I talk about dire wolves. They actually have a dire wolf pickup set. I don't know what kind of pickups those are, like what they're voiced for, but yeah, that would be freaking rad to have. I wouldn't put it in like into my War-Maester, but yeah, like I'm just rambling about like Game of Thrones-esque stuff, dire wolves, I don't know. Anyways, so this is the War-Maester, pretty rad. My first parts master from Warmoth. Yeah, dude, like this paint job is shoddy. If you get too close, you actually don't have to get that close. You can see all the freaking, everything that's like all messed up. There's a bunch of paint missing just from like spraying, like just being like, oh my God. That being said, I wouldn't replace it for the life of me. I really loved making this guitar. Not making this guitar, I really love assembling this guitar. This is, I mean, surprisingly, this thing actually sounds and plays awesome. I love everything about it. And without anything else to do, we're gonna plug it in, and actually, I can't plug it in. Power's out. Okay, I guess I'll finish this up in a little bit. Anyways, again, thank you for coming and checking out the video. I'm Hendo. Talk to you guys later. I guess I could probably just jam on it a little bit. So I have this thing in what is it? Open D. I've been listening to Hotline TNT a bunch, and they use Open E quite a bit for most of their songs, you know. But I've been jamming off of them for quite a while. I like, basically, like, if you haven't heard of Hotline TNT, it's waves minus any of the psychedelic stuff or any of the psych rock like weirdoness of waves. But they're both kind of like, you know, shoegazy, kind of like drony vocals. But both are just awesome bands. Anyways, yep. Thank you.